Finally, let's move towards the event handling. So we have two types of events. We have our mouse handling event and we have keyboard handling event. In the mouse we have two types of event. We have active mouse event and passive mouse event. In the active mouse event we are just clicking our left button, right button, and in the passive we are just hovering our mouse pointer. So in order to use the active event handle active mouse handling, we use the mouse func. In the mouse func we will pass a mouse function, and the arguments will be button, state, the x and the y. So in order to use the passive mouse handling, we use the passive mouse function and we pass the x and y. So in order to use the keyboard, we'll pass we'll create a keyboard function handler, and we'll pass a unsigned char key, the x and the y. Let's see how we're going to utilize in our code. So as you can see, we have created a car in our previous video. Here it is. Let's move it. So first of all, create a function. Oh, sorry, handler. Mouse func. Now we pass a function car move. Now we'll create a function car move. Void car move. It is an active function. So in the active function we have the arguments button, state, x and y. So let's use conditional statements to check if we press the right button. If state if button is equal to glut right. Glut button right. Let's see out something. Right pressed. Let's run this. So we have error in the mouse func. Okay, let's glut mouse func. Let's see, if I press a right button, it's addressing two times right pressed, right press. One when I press it, when I release it. Okay. So in order to apply separate condition for pressing and releasing, we can use the state argument. We'll add and state is equal to glut down, means when we press it. Okay, when we release its state is going to be down. So we say right released. Let's run this one more time. Okay, it's not down, it's up when we release. So when I pressed, its state is down. so it says write press. Now I'm going to release. So I released it, say write released. So now we can apply any type of transformation here. So let's go here and say car, and we're going to make a function void car. So as these four functions were making the car, so we put it as separate function in a car, and we call the car. And right here I'm going to call transform or translate, sorry, translate f. We're going to move the car in the x-axis. Let's move it at 10. So it move a little bit. Let's give it a higher value, 100. So you can see it's moved a little bit further. So our translate is working. Now we have to change this value whenever we are pressing the button. So let's make a global variable at the top, int car x is equal to 0. Let's say it's 0, and we will replace our transform 100 with car x. Okay, and let's move forward to the down here, and we will increase the x value. Let's give it 100. Let's see what's going to happen. So there is a error. I will tell you after executing this. So see, I have pressed the button but nothing is happening. What? Why it is not happening? Because after changing the value I have to redisplay the whole display. So I will call the glut redisplay. Glut post redisplay. So I have clicked the right button, and there, look, there's a car right here. Car has been translated. You will see again, the car is translated again. But there is also an error. Our previous car is not cleared. So in order to clear our previous car, we are going to clear our screen. We're going to clear here. Let's type gl clear, and we pass gl color buffer. Color buffer bit. Let's run this one more time. Okay. Let's press only one time. I pressed one time, and look, the car has also been displaced, but and also the whole screen is also displaced. What I'm trying to say, whenever I'm pressing the right button, the car is also repositioning. Yeah, it is repositioning, and after I releasing it, my whole screen is also repositioning towards the right. Look, I pressed it, it goes one time to the right, and when I release the its car is not going to the right, the whole screen is going to the right. Let's solve this issue. So whenever you are using the translate, you have to enclose in the push and pop matrix, otherwise your whole screen will be translated. I have to only translate the car, so I will use GL push matrix, and after the car I will GL pop matrix. So now if I run, you look, I pressed one time, it just moved towards the right, and now it's not moving towards right, because after using this push and pop, this translate will only be occurred for the only one time, not every time when you will press. Okay, so your only car will move one time, and after you redisplay, your translate will not execute again. So let's do some changes into our course. Let's move the car continuously, move our car. We'll say car x is equal to car x plus 5, and we run. Now I will press, now it's going forward. When it is outside the screen, it's not coming back. Let's move this car back to our initial screen. If car x is greater than equal to 200, let's say 500, well, we will see. Car x is equal to minus 50. Let's first give it a 0. It's just moving back to its initial position. If you want to move the car a little bit behind, when it resets, we give it some minus translate. You see? You can also use your right button or left button. Here is our left, and we will minus. If it is less than 0, we give it 200. So here it's our event handling. Let's use our passive event handling. We call this passive. In the passive we have only two arguments, int x and int y. There is no need of an if. Extra. You see, whenever I move the mouse, it is registering an event. So here it is how you can use the mouse event handling. In the next video we will cover our keyboard event handling and maybe our dual screen. Thank you everyone.